Saturday, July 6th, Jeffrey Epstein is arrested for sex trafficking of minors. Wednesday, July 24th, Epstein was found semi-conscious with marks on his neck and lying in the fetal position on the floor of his cell. He is moved to a suicide watch unit in a New York City detention center. Friday, August 9th, Federal Appeals Court unsealed nearly 2,000 pages of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. The documents implicate former Senate Majority Leader George Mitchell, former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, Alan Dershowitz, former Israeli Prime Minister Shimon Peres, Leslie Wexner, former Senator John Glenn, Prince Andrew of the royal family, hedge funder Glenn Dubin, MIT scientist Marvin Minsky, modeling company founder Jean-Luc Brunel, and former President Bill Clinton. Less than 24 hours later, Jeffrey Epstein is found dead in his jail cell of apparent suicide. Epstein reportedly killed himself while on 24-hour suicide watch.
You know, he was under this suicide watch, Congressman. A lot of people are still scratching their heads how he could have committed suicide in the first place, assuming he was under 24/7 surveillance, either in person or a security cam. How could that happen?
Well, some of us are still scratching our heads at how Jack Ruby could shoot Lee Harvey Oswald. And I think that may have been at a police station, wasn't it?
We know that powerful American politicians are involved with Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile island. We know that Prince Andrew of the British royal family is involved. We know that monster pedophile predator Jimmy Savile was closely tied to Prince Charles and sex abuse bishop Peter Ball. We know that high-ranking members of the Vatican are guilty of systemic child abuse. Does anyone really believe that this ends with Jeffrey Epstein? Can this all just disappear with Epstein, now that so much has already been exposed? Where is Ghislaine Maxwell? Does anyone think that we are actually free?
Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Man.
Demand justice or die as a slave. For Infowars.com, this is Greg Reese.
Infowars, tomorrow's news today.
As we witness the most disastrous geological activity in recorded history, the globalists are backed into a corner, and the leftists are pushing for civil war. Borders are being broken and sovereignty is being challenged. The world is going to change, and how it changes will likely be decided by those who are prepared to stay strong when the system fails. The system is vulnerable. Electricity could be gone in an instant, and grocery stores could be empty in 3 days. Having storable foods and the ability to purify water will give you a fighting chance in the next level. And being without puts you at the mercy of others or makes you a slave to a dying system. Buy storable foods and an Alexa Pure Gravity water filter today. Support mankind by being prepared, and support freedom by buying from InfoWarsStore.com.